Hi everybody, this is Nick with 30 Chick Flicks, and welcome to my home. Welcome to our home. This is where Nikki and I live. You are actually in the kitchen here with us, and you can see the mural on the wall behind me, Cocina Picosa, which translated from Spanish to English means spicy kitchen. So that having been said, I want to just have a conversation with you in our home in an informal way and explain something real quick that I literally have lost count on the number of times I've been asked. And that question is, Nick, why 2007? Why are you limiting yourself to movies no earlier than 2007, and specifically why that year versus 2006 or even 2008? And I want briefly just to try to answer that question, and it's a two-part question. Number one, I don't pretend that everyone who is taking part in 30 Chick Flicks is a movie fan or is even aware of the chick flicks that have been made prior to or since 2007. So it helps keep it a little bit more modern by going 2007, and that does give some time for making a selection, 2007, 8, 9, and even now the first part of 2010. So again, it's to help keep it a little more modern for those who maybe aren't familiar with chick flicks, and this may be their first exposure to chick flicks through this experiment that we're doing together at 30chickflicks.com. The second part of that answer is there are literally hundreds of movies going all the way back to the early 1900s, the 20s, the 40s, and in fact some of the movies that have been suggested to me to watch as classic chick flicks come from that era. And it's already challenging enough to wade through the suggestions, which I'm so thankful for. For the chick flicks just from 2007 to now, it would be chaos if I were to try to have to wade through hundreds more through, I don't even know how many decades that is, honestly, but it's to help keep things more organized for me as well. And by the way, 30 chick flicks in 30 days, there will be some movies that won't be watched, unfortunately, just with the movies that have already been suggested and will be suggested from 2007 to present. And I encourage you, if you haven't thought of a movie to suggest, or maybe you have suggested some and you want to suggest more, feel free to do so. And that having been said, so you know how we're going to process through and pick these movies for me to watch in as unbiased of a fashion as is possible, there's a website called random.org, and you can put in information and whatever the algorithms are, or the processes that they use, you can specify a certain number of outputs or results, and it will choose the 30 movies for me. And that having been said, let me look here at my notes real quick. You can suggest titles all the way up to the week of January the 15th, which that's a Friday and the first day that I'll watch the first movie. And also the day before or the day of, I'm still not exactly sure when yet, I will announce the first grouping of movies that I'll watch, and then thereafter I'll announce the movies that I'll be watching, so you can watch along with me. And I just want to say this too in closing. If you don't like the movies that I'm watching, or maybe you've seen the movies that I've watched, and you feel like, whether you're a man or a woman, that I'm not watching movies that truly reflect uh, the psyche or the emotions of women, feel free to take the Chick Flick Challenge, the 30 Chick Flicks Challenge, which is spotlighted on 30chickflicks.com. And you can choose your own 30 movies. You can watch Gone with the Wind. You can watch What Women Want. You can watch all the way back to the 40s if you want. And those can be your 30 films, and you can share your experience on the blog with us, on YouTube, like myself, or even through Twitter. So hopefully you have a clear understanding now of why the movies have been chosen from 2007 to present and not any earlier. And again, thank you so much for the movies that you've suggested, and hopefully we'll continue to suggest. And I look forward to speaking to each of you again soon. Thank you.